kitty cats. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are well because I am well as well. And welcome to day 8 of Vlogmas. And tonight I'm going to list for you my top 10 favorite holiday movies. Um, Now, as I go through the list, I'm not really going to go into much explanation of what the movie's about because most of these are very classic movies, which I'm sure you've all seen, um, especially if you're around my age. You certainly have seen most of these movies, or you should have anyway. Most of them come on every year. They're all very classic movies. Um, Maybe one or two is not that iconic, um, but I think you should know the story anyway. Um, so let's get started. Coming in at number 10 is the 2000 live action version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, when I found out they were making a live action version of The Grinch, I was really happy because as a kid, the animated half hour special, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, was my favorite. And back then we had three TV channels, and any kind of holiday special like that only came on once a year. And if you missed it, you had to wait until next Christmas to see it again. And so, How the Grinch Stole Christmas was a big night for me in my house. Um, Also, I'm not a big fan of Jim Carrey. So I wasn't sure I was really gonna be able to stomach the movie. But after seeing Jim Carrey play the Grinch, he's the only one that could have played the Grinch, as far as I'm concerned. And it ends up being a really cute movie. I really kind of, I really kind of did like it. So that comes in at number 10 for me. Um, Coming in at number 9, the 2003 film. Um, I'm sorry if I'm not in frame, guys, but I don't know. Uh, I'm a mess. At any rate, yeah, 2003 movie Elf. Um, Now, I'm also not a real big fan of Will Ferrell, but Will Ferrell as a 6 foot elf in New York City, hysterical, absolutely hysterical. And there's so many iconic moments of this movie. Um, you know, um, just it's just too funny. You know, Santa, I know him, I know him. And the easiest way to spread holiday cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Um, you know, it's just cute. What can I say? And you have to love, if you call me Elf one more time, I'm gonna kick your ass. He's an angry elf. Gotta love it. Um, and I do. Uh, at number 8 is Home Alone, which was released in 1990. with an absolutely adorable little 9-year-old Macaulay Culkin. Um, he's not so adorable anymore, but he was back then. Um, and of course, the Wet Bandits and, you know, the Snow Shovel Killer. And I mean, just too funny. And is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association? Ma'am, I'm 9 years old. Do you think I would be in the grocery store all by myself? I don't think so. Okay, Home Alone, too funny. Home Alone 2, not quite as funny as Home Alone original, but still with Macaulay Culkin. Don't even bother with Home Alone 3. In 1994, we got Tim Allen in The Santa Claus. And Scott Calvin is a toy maker, divorced, um, trying to bond with his son. He gets his son on Christmas Eve, which, of course, Charlie is none too happy about. He hears a sound on the roof. They go to investigate. It's, of course, Santa, which Scott startles and he falls off the roof. Well, magically, there arose such a clatter. Um, it's such a clatter, not such a ladder. And of course, there's the ladder from the arose such a ladder company, ladder company. So they climb up on the roof. There is the reindeer and the sleigh, and Scott puts on the Santa suit and has to deliver all the presents that night. When he gets back to the North Pole, he is informed that since he put on the suit, the Santa Claus is, you're the new Santa Claus. Um, Again, cute movie, lots of quotable lines. Um, I, I just, I think it's cute. So yeah. Um, so that comes in at number 7. At number 6, 1983 is A Christmas Story. And I'm sure I do not have to go through the premise of this movie because if you've not seen A Christmas Story, especially if you're more my age and you've not seen A Christmas Story, shame on you. Um, it's a classic and it runs incessantly all through the Christmas season. I've seen it now at least 4 times since Thanksgiving on various different channels. So, yes, and of course, there are hundreds of iconic moments in A Christmas Story. Um, you know, the leg lamp, um, fragile, must be Italian. I think that says fragile. Um, you know, the lug nuts up in the air. Oh, fudge. Although I didn't say fudge. Um, and, uh, you'll you'll shoot your eye out, kid. Ho, ho, ho. Classic. Classic. I mean, if you don't see it at least once during Christmas season, there's something wrong. Um, Number 5 is A Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation from 1989. Um, too many quotable lines in this movie as well. Um, I love the squirrel in the Christmas tree, the turkey that's so overcooked it just splits open and dust comes out of it. Um, Cousin Eddie and the dog Snot. Of course, the cat that gets electrocuted under the chair. Um, Aunt Bethany, who sings the national anthem at the end of the movie. Um, too funny. It's too funny. Chevy Chase uh, is amazing in the National Lampoon movies, and I have loved Beverly D'Angelo for years. So yeah, love Christmas Vacation. As we roll into the top 4, we shift a little bit more to the dramatic side and not so much comedies. Um, so, coming in at number 4 is the 1947 version of A Miracle on 34th Street, um, with a very, very, very young Natalie Wood. Um, and it's, again, just a very classic story. And it just doesn't seem like Christmas without A Miracle on 34th Street. And I usually watch A Miracle on 34th Street pretty close, if not on Thanksgiving, because it starts with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is always the start of my holiday season. Um, Watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, my first glass of eggnog for the Christmas season, and A Miracle on 34th Street. Can't get any better than that as far as I'm concerned. Um, there's also a 1994 remake of A Miracle on 34th Street, which pretty much follows the storyline of the other two, the original and then the 1947 version. Um, but I like the classic version best. Um, so at number 3 is I think a movie that we talked about last night in the tag, and it's the 1984 George C. Scott version of A Christmas Carol. Um, I love the story of A Christmas Carol. Um, you know, about second chances and new beginnings. It's just such a wonderful story, um, written by Charles Dickens, and uh, I really do just love the story, and I really, like I said last night, I love all the other cheesy versions, um, with Tori Spelling, Susan Lucci. There was one with Vanessa Williams, A Diva Christmas. Um, and I also love the remake, the animated version of Christmas Carol, also with Jim Carrey. Um, but he didn't bother me in that movie either so much. It was a good remake, and it's again beautifully animated, beautifully shot, beautifully scored. Really gorgeous, gorgeous movie. Um, and then there's the comedy version, which I love as well, Scrooged with Bill Murray. Um, Tons of quotable lines in that movie, and makes me laugh every time I watch it. Just love that movie as well. Coming in at number two for me, this one would be Tony's number one. And it is the 2012 movie Rise of the Guardians. Now, Rise of the Guardians is a movie that you may not be familiar with. It's also an animated feature done very beautifully, extremely beautifully. Um, Basically, the gist of the story is the boogeyman um, wants to pretty much steal all the children's dreams and make them stop believing in um, the guardians, which are the icons of each holiday. Um, the Easter Bunny, uh, Santa Claus, then there's the Tooth Fairy and Sandman. And he starts kind of to win. Um, the Guardians then recruit Jack Frost to be the newest Guardian, um, which he agrees to help them and does then in the end become one of the Guardians. Uh, Absolutely gorgeous movie. They defeat the boogeyman, and all is well that ends well. If you've not seen Rise of the Guardians, I suggest that you do. It really is a wonderful, beautiful movie, one that Tony and I do enjoy watching together um, because we both just love that movie. And again, in first place for me would be 2004's Polar Express. I hope that you've all seen Polar Express. Um, if you have not, please watch it. It's amazing, 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 amazing. Um, Tom Hanks plays like four different characters. He plays the father, he plays the kid, he plays the train conductor, and he plays Santa Claus. Um, Again, beautiful animation, beautifully scored, beautifully shot, beautifully told, beautifully written. Comes in as my number one of all time holiday movies, classic holiday movies. Um, have to watch it every year. Now, again, all these movies on my top 10 list, I love. So it was very hard to sort of put them in order from 10 to 1. Um, and I have to watch each one of them every year. Uh, but again, if you've not seen Rise of the Guardians or Polar Express, um, please do. I highly recommend them. Uh, they're beautiful family movies. You can watch them with your kids. Um, or if you're like me, just a big kid, you certainly will enjoy them. So, guys, thank you so much for being with me for the eighth day of Vlogmas. And tomorrow night will be my top favorite animated, classic animated TV Christmas specials. So I'm looking forward to going through that list with you. If there's anything on my list tonight that is also one of your favorites, please let me know in the comments. Um, if they're not, please tell me what is your favorite holiday movie, or your favorite holiday movie traditions. Um, do you gather all around the TV on a special night and watch a certain movie with certain snacks? I love to know those things. So, I look forward to seeing you again. And as always, be happy, be healthy, be safe. Don't get, what. Okay? And I will see you tomorrow night. Okay, guys? So, I love you. I love you all.